Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. The purchase and pricing email question line for your questions about buying this or any watch you see here on Watchbox Reviews or our website. Email me at tmosso@thewatchbox.com. And today we're discussing a 2018 dial update of the 2016 third generation Vacheron Constantin Overseas Chronograph. 42 millimeters in stainless steel. The watch measures 14 millimeters thick, and if you measure it from lug to lug, it measures 50.5 millimeters across the wrist. Let's throw it on the wrist real quick and take a look at this real stainless steel timepiece on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. As you can see, it's large. It's roughly equivalent to a Royal Oak Offshore in capabilities, proportioning, and wrist presence, but it is easier to wear than an Offshore 42. I can recommend this for a wrist as small as 14.5 centimeters circumference, and it sits low enough with a sloped edge to fit underneath a dress cuff. Now, the watch comes with a lot of hardware and software, as I'm wont to say. You get this bracelet, but you also get a rubber strap and a leather strap, plus a spare deployant clasp so you can use the straps. There is a quick release system for the bracelet. You just pull a tab and you remove it. The bar that retains it is actually fixed by a screw, so it's just as secure as if it were fixed in place by a screw. Easy to snap back into place, easy to remove. And again, I have no fingernails, and I'm doing this pretty easily. As you can see, the watch features the quick release system on both sides, and it features a unique all-sizable bracelet, as every single removable link is held in place with a screw, and you can see that on both sides, which gives you an impressive degree of flexibility. There are also two micro adjustment systems, one built into each side of the clasp, that give you about 1.5 millimeters. It's also a beautifully hand-finished bracelet. As you can see, all of the hand-polished bevels, the satin-finished contrasting surfaces, the Maltese cross mechanism that doubles as the hinge at the center. You can see that Maltese cross, the Vacheron symbol, and also note that the interior angles of the links are polished, and you can really only see that as you roll them through the light. So this is an extraordinary timepiece in that regard. Now, everything on the case, likewise hand-finished. My favorite detail is the expanding bevel that flares at the lug hood. The watch, of course, easy to assemble and disassemble. I don't have nearly the nails I used to have, so I apologize. I'm not able to pull this one apart as quickly as I would like to. But the timepiece, featuring the first ever display case back on an Overseas. Now you can see this is not just Poinçon de Genève. Yes, there's the Geneva hallmark on the movement, but it's also on the watch, as since 2012 this has been a full watch standard. A caliber 5200 here has a 52-hour power reserve, automatic winding, unidirectional, more efficient than bidirectional, and ceramic unlubricated rotor bearings, more efficient than steel. There is a 22 karat mass, not 21, not 18 karat, not tungsten, 22 karat, no expense spared. A compass rose engraved form. You can see there's satination, there is media blasting, and then there is polishing, a triple finished rotor. Cote de Genève across the bridges. You can see black polished screws with chamfered slots in circumference. You can also see the cap of the regulator mechanism. You can appreciate the fact that there is a actual black polished Maltese cross at the center of the column wheel mechanism. It is a column wheel and vertical clutch chronograph adjusted in a chronometer style, 5 positions, 54 joules, all of this water resistant down to 150 meters, and though you can't see it, caliber 5200 has a paramagnetic soft iron ring that wraps around the movement, bending magnetic field lines around the hairspring, so that the watch has the same 25,000 ampere per meter anti-magnetism as the solid case back full cage Generation 2 watch. You'll also appreciate the fact that this is a modern high beat movement, beating away at 28,800 vibrations per hour, handsomely finished on the back. It's beautifully executed on the front as well. There is a quick set mechanism, and you have that vertical clutch and the column wheel with screw down crowns. Thanks to the vertical clutch, the chronograph engages smoothly with no jump or stagger. You also have the option, if you prefer, thanks to the vertical clutch, to run the chronograph full time if you just want to have seconds, minutes, and hours at center. There's a quick set system for the date, though it doesn't have hacking seconds. That is the one refinement it lacks. And then the timepiece features a black dial that is a gloss black with white gold hands and indices, white gold Maltese cross. Note the bezel, which is hand finished like the rest of the watch, with satin finished interior recesses, polished outer faces, that Maltese cross mechanism again. You can see the Maltese cross on the outside of the screw down crown. This is a dial that debuted in 2018, an inverse panda. There's a black chapter ring orejo outboard that acts as a unifier between the dial base and the bezel, and then you can see this that there are evacuated or countersunk registers for constant seconds, chronograph minutes, and chronograph hours. The timepiece features the white gold indices, the white gold hands, all loomed the white gold to resist tarnish and oxidation. If you look at the chronograph minutes register, you can see as we reach 60, it is an instantaneous jump chronograph, pleasing and easier to read. Now the beautiful dial with its inverse panda design is combined with a glorious full steel construction, making this a highly versatile watch. It's your dress watch, it's your sports watch, it's your complication, it's your haute de gamme, it's your Holy Trinity watch, it's all those things and more, and it's Vacheron's most iconic sporting timepiece design. Email tmosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details. And we're back with the Vacheron Overseas Chronograph Generation 3.